What's up, listeners?
You were listening to CuboldCast.
A podcast focused on co-op and multiplayer gaming experiences. Our hosts are Caleb, myself, Jay,
What's up?
and Chug.
Today we'll be talking about Ark Survival Evolved.
All right, well, let's talk about Ark. So, what were your first impressions when you guys got in the game?
Well, Chug and I, a couple years ago, him and I got it just to play together. And this is what, 2017, do you think?
Yeah.
So we got it and we played the single player, just him and I. And it was different from what it is now, in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's improved. It's only improved. But I think the most noticeable improvement is the optimization.
Yeah.
Because when we played it, there was this weird memory leak issue that over time as you played it, it would slowly devolve into like 10 frames per second.
It was
Really?
bad.
It would just get worse as you went on. And then you have to restart the game and then it would be fine for a little bit. But even then it wasn't really fine. It was still 40 frames per second.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I remember looking at the game and wanting to get it, but I remember just everything. Everyone was saying that it was unoptimized.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what kept me away. So I'm kind of new to it. I just started playing a week or two ago. So I have like a fresh look on it. So I'm seeing it how it is now, but I wasn't able to see it how it was then.
Yeah. And we only played the island map then. So we didn't really have any experience with the other ones.
That was the only map that was out at the time.
How many maps?
No,
did
it
they
wasn't. There was a couple other ones.
No, there wasn't.
Wait, when you played?
I think so. There was
Well,
the center.
The second one came out in 20. I want to say. 20,
Well, the free maps came out before the season pass stuff came out.
yeah, no, the first map was released in September 1st, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. So by the time you guys were playing, there might have been a couple. Right?
Yeah.
You said
Possibly,
2017.
yeah. Possibly.
Well, we only played the island one though, because when you get in, the world is so overwhelming almost.
Yeah.
There's so much to do, so many dinosaurs, so many things to get,
Yeah.
100 levels to go across. It's insane the amount of
Yeah, I
content
know.
there is.
Yeah.
It even
when
goes past 100 like levels. So the level system is even a lot higher than that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
even then, I was reading that some people play for like hundreds of hours and still don't even get to 100 on a server.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even just researching it, there's so much. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, when we started playing on the server that we're on now, it was kind of hard for us to get started.
Oh, we started on Aberration first.
Well, we tried Aberration.
We thought
got
it looked cool.
destroyed.
Yeah, you were sitting there picking berries, and a raptor comes out of nowhere, jumps on your body, and just starts ripping into you.
Yeah, no,
It was
that
awesome.
Yeah, I at least spawned I think 4 or 5 times, and then we decided to give up. But yeah, once I was in Aberration, I was trying to get wood or something, and then I hear this like hissing behind me, and it was this what is it?
Titanoboa.
I think it was different.
It was
It
different.
was bigger.
I'd say at least twice the size. It was massive, and there was like this glowing thing around its head, and it was literally teleporting.
I think I saw what you were talking about,
It was
too.
so big, and I was terrified. I heard it behind me, and I was like screaming for my life.
I saw it, and I noped out of there so fast.
Yeah, that was so scary.
But once we got to the island map, that's when we actually started to progress a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming to get into for a new player. I mean, at least Chug and I knew how to play a little bit. But for you and Brian, you had a difficult time getting going.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not like impossible. It wasn't impossible to pick up, but I'd say like the hardest thing when you're getting started is building a base.
Yeah.
It doesn't, but the thing is, it's not that hard. It was just hard
it takes a long time to actually get it
yeah,
to where you want
but it
it
was
to
just
be.
weird. It was almost like when we played, it was, I think it was more of like us trying to find a place to settle down.
Yeah, and I'm always really picky about where we are in
me
games.
too.
Like, I don't want to be in a depressing looking area.
Yeah.
I want to be on, like, a nice view place.
Yeah, like a high area and
Yeah, well defended and stuff.
yeah.
But it's not hard to get started. But I don't really know why you and Brian took so long to get the hang of it. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, it was just kind of like
Well, like, what about it was kind of hindering the progress? Because I know you, Brian at least, kept dying like crazy.
yeah. No, it's just because we weren't able to find a place.
Yeah.
We kept looking and looking, and then we died, and then like all kinds of stuff happened.
Yeah.
And the dinos, they're really not that hard to avoid at first.
Yeah.
When you go to the hard areas, then it's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? the place we're in now, we're in one of the hardest areas. That's because I started exploring the map, spawning in different areas. But the hard area that we're in now, it's less hard than the easy areas.
Yeah.
In
Although,
a lot of ways.
I took your Pteranodon the other day, and I went to the mountain. It was ridiculous up there.
Yeah, there's some
There was like
carnivores,
hundreds of dinosaurs just running around on these open fields.
You know that island next to our the island that's just off the shore next to our base?
The one that's completely stripped of resources.
Yeah. There's I think I saw 4 or 5 T-Rexes. I don't know how all those animals got in there, but there's so many. It was so dangerous.
That's terrifying.
I just went there to see what was up over there.
You thought it was a breeding ground for a tribe or something.
Yeah, actually, is that a thing?
Yeah. And I didn't realize this before, but those purple and red dinosaurs running around, those are mutated dinosaurs.
By players?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure how the mutation works, but as the server goes on, dinos slowly get mutated.
Well, why was it when I joined a single player match the other day? I joined a single local server, and there were still the robotic dinosaurs.
Robotic. That's not mutated. Those are tech dinosaurs.
Oh.
It's a different species of an existing species.
Wait, as they breed, they get more mutated? Is that what you're saying?
Mutations can happen, and I think you can intentionally do it.
That's sick.
I'm not exactly sure how the whole thing works, but it's pretty interesting, and I kind of want to learn more about it.
Yeah. Huh.
But in some servers, apparently, the dinos become so ridiculously mutated that their stats are overpowered. And like people are calling for a server wipe, which I think would be kind of stupid because people have so many hours on those servers.
Yeah. The official servers don't wipe, right?
They don't.
Not as far as I know. At least the blueprints don't. The blueprints and the leveling. I don't know about the bases.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense why Gucci Gang Clan, the one that took over the server, that would make sense why they're so huge there.
Yeah.
Because if that was just a month of working, that would be ridiculous.
It would be.
I never saw their base. I know
It
you
was
did, Kev.
massive.
It was the size of a mountain.
Wow.
Like legit.
There was like twirling staircases as high as like the sky could go. There's like buildings everywhere. It was like a castle.
That's insane. Oh, I saw a video today where someone built a castle on a dinosaur. On a dinosaur's back.
You can there's a certain flying dinosaur you can build bases on.
That's crazy.
And you have a mobile base.
You know those whales in the ocean that
Yeah.
that you saw me like taming the other day, like for fun in creative mode?
Mm-hmm.
You could build bases on those too.
That's crazy.
Huh.
So you can have an underwater submarine base.
It's actually insane. And we haven't even gotten into the underwater stuff yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Just getting in the game, it's so, it's so different, you know?
Like-
And then hearing that there's underwater caves and, mountains, and the map is massive. And it wasn't generated either, procedurally generated.
Yeah. And we're still ARC newbies too.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Kevin and I have 50 hours in the game and we still know basically nothing about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
Oh yeah, Kel, what did you think about the mechanics of the game versus other survival games like that? Did you like it? Did you like the crafting system?
I like the building. I'd say that the to make a wall and foundations it kind of costs a lot, like a lot of wood. I think a lot of mining for what you're getting.
But that's because we haven't got into the dinosaur resource gathering yet.
Oh yeah.
Certain dinosaurs can gather wood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even with a parasaur, you can throw hundreds of wood on them and just bring it to your base.
Yeah.
Like Caleb did another iron run the other day when everyone was offline. Got another 300 iron,
Nice.
and it really improves the efficiency when you get more dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like that's something we haven't dived into yet. We've been mostly just running around trying to tame a couple dinos, but
Yeah.
we should work on getting better dinos that'll help us be more efficient.
Okay,
Yeah.
imagine how much a T-Rex could actually hold in his inventory.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's a lot. It can
Yeah.
hold a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, at first it seemed like, oh, this is this is gonna take forever, compared to something like Rust. Although when I jumped in, when I started playing, it kind of reminded me of Rust in some ways. I don't know, maybe it's like the graphics.
Yeah. I think it's built with Unity. No, actually, no, it's Unreal Engine, I think. Never mind. But the thing that's different about Rust and Arc is the community.
Yeah, they're
Rust, it's kill on sight,
Yeah.
no matter who it is. It's just there's rarely any friendly encounters.
It's more like when you're in Rust and you see someone or hear something, you're like, oh crap, and you literally you get so scared, especially if it's at night or if you hear a gun. In Ark, it's maybe for us, it's a little of the same thing, but not really because we've had friendly encounters for the most part. Or actually,
I've had all friendly.
Yeah, I've had all friendly.
I've only met 1 or 2 people in the entire game, and that was the first guy we met in the beginning.
Someone killed you, didn't he? Someone shot you?
In Aberration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the community's way different. Rust, it's more like territorial.
Yeah.
You just like, we do the same thing. You kill someone that's
if we had the guns, we'd shoot them in the head too.
Especially if it's someone with nothing.
Yeah.
Just a rock. It's like, I want to kill you.
Yeah, even if they're naked.
Yeah.
Like they probably have a base somewhere and they're just scouting. I never trust nakeds in Rust.
Yeah, that's true.
But in Ark, you see a friendly person, you're just like, oh hey, what's up? Throw them some resources
it's definitely
and
different.
Go on your way.
Yeah. It's definitely a different community.
It's better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But along with that, like, what are some of the issues with the game besides the optimization? I know that was probably the biggest reason why we didn't start playing it as a group before, because it was just so badly optimized.
Mm-hmm.
And when we played it, I don't even think you had a good enough computer that could really handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, now lower end computers can handle it.
Yeah. Now, well, I mean, even now, it's a little. There are like crashes, occasional crashes, and there are some bugs. I know you were experiencing a weird glitch where the dinosaur was just flipping out.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be in our next video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like what happened was it was one of those little ones that increase your torpor so that you fall asleep.
Yeah.
So he hit me. I fell asleep on the ground and he waited by my body. Second I woke up, he hit me again. And I was asleep for a second time. And then I got up and it killed him. And then his body like exploded and was flying all over my screen. I don't know what was going on.
What in the world?
But yeah, the optimization was pretty terrible, but it definitely has improved.
Yeah. I mean, I've run it on medium. My computer's not like crazy, but
I run it on high and I usually get about 60 frames. It really drops below that.
it's not perfect, but I think it's almost like there's a price to pay for how much content's in the game, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
some games I'm willing to compromise on graphics, like Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC. I was willing to play at 60 frames or like a little bit below that just because the graphics were so good.
Yeah.
But with Ark, I don't think the graphics are good enough to warrant those frames.
They are good.
They are really good, but not to warrant those kind of frames.
I think the graphics are decent. They're pretty good. I'd say like on par with Rust, maybe better.
Yeah, a little better, I would say.
But I feel like it's not the gameplay. It's not the graphics that you're really looking for. It's more of the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, what other game has, 100 plus dinosaurs that you can most of them you can tame.
Exactly.
And you're sacrificing, not getting ultra graphics for the experience that you're getting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't necessarily want to play an ultra on everything. I just like to have good frame rates, but I don't want to turn everything down to get those frame rates. Yeah, well, you don't want it to like
look like a potato.
Yeah, and you can run it in potato mode. Starting up the Steam launcher. I can't say what the console version is. Yeah. Sure, it's not horrible, but
they have it on Switch.
They have it on mobile too.
Weird.
I played it on my iPad yesterday.
How was it?
It wasn't bad, but I heard that it's kind of pay to win.
Huh.
Like watch an ad and you get resources.
Oh,
stuff like stupid
I've
stuff
heard
like
it's
that.
pretty bad on console though.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It probably doesn't even get 30.
Yeah.
Or it probably drops below 30.
Oof.
I know when we played PS4, some games, especially like the good graphic games, they would usually stay at 30 frames, drop to like 20.
Yeah.
Depending on
drop to 20?
GTA.
No.
Yes, it
GTA
would.
went to 20?
Not GTA.
When like bombs and everything was happening, yeah.
Yeah, when there's like a hacker in the server or something. But I don't remember any game really getting terrible frames on console.
I mean, I never really cared at the time.
Saints Row Get Out of Hell. Remember that? Remember how badly that game ran?
That was weird. Wait, did we get that for free?
Yeah, we got it with PlayStation.
PS Plus.
Yeah, PS Plus 1 month, and we played it for a little bit.
Yeah, that game was kind of weird, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
But besides the optimization, I think the other major issue they have is too many maps almost.
Yeah. Well, it almost seemed overwhelming because when we bought the season, what is it, the first season pass?
Yeah.
And I mean, that gives you a couple maps, but then there's a couple free ones. Correct?
Yeah, there's the
There's
center and Scorched Earth. Those are the free ones.
No, Scorched Earth isn't free.
Oh, what was
No,
the other free one?
There was Ragnarok and there was Valerguo, I think.
Huh.
Valerguo, and then there was the center. Those are the 3 free maps.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It just seemed like we didn't know where to start.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's so many maps.
And we don't even know what any of the other maps look like besides Aberration.
And they have their own. They have like special creatures that are only on that map, or things that you can build that are only on that map.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think they should have some sort of like video about each one. Like when you boot up the game, it shows you like a little preview of each one.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what the other ones look like.
Well, in the free maps, right? The free maps, those they have the same dinosaurs as the island.
Mhm.
But with the season pass stuff, the stuff that you pay for, then they add different monsters. There's the same. It's just different maps for the free ones. But with the season pass, it's like different maps, different creatures, different everything.
Okay.
So it's like the free stuff, you just get a different map.
Yeah. But it just seemed kind of overwhelming. But I don't know. It's kind of like almost somewhat of a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'd say it's a bad thing though. It's good, but it's bad for new players.
Only for the newest players. And one of the biggest issues some people had with the game was that they were making new DLC maps as opposed to optimizing the game they currently have. And they have optimized it to a point where it's actually playable now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I like that they have a bunch of content for players.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm not saying it. It was confusing. I mean, it was kind of confusing to me because we were all debating on what map we should play.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up playing the island.
It took us an hour to find what map we were going to play.
Yeah.
And even then, the server browser is so horrible.
Those are so terrible.
It takes an hour to load them all. I don't get what was wrong with
It
the
doesn't
server
even load them all
browser.
either. You have to refresh it and get new ones.
We're looking for the same server, and they're like, "Oh, I don't see it yet."
Yeah,
It wasn't loading for everyone.
Yeah, it's so their server browser's terrible.
Yeah.
It was actually really frustrating. Like the first time we like tried to find one, like we were literally sitting on the server menu for like how long?
It
I
was
don't
probably
know.
like 45 minutes to an hour.
It was a long time. But
Yeah.
once we actually got a server, we found one. It was pretty good after that.
Yeah. I would say those are probably the big like major issues with the game. But there's a lot of good things about Ark.
Yeah, there is.
Just to name one would be, I don't know, the dinosaurs. I mean, what other game has that?
I don't think I've ever played a game with good dinosaurs like that.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a game that accomplishes it, like what they're doing.
Yeah.
With PvP and PvE. And it's massive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that the Carnivores Dinosaur Hunter game that I played a while ago?
Yeah.
Like that was fun, but like it's nothing
Single
compared
player?
to Ark.
Was that single?
It is single player. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's one of those hunter games, right? Where
Yeah,
they
yeah.
make
But it's all just about hunting dinosaurs. There was.
I
it's not,
remember that.
Yeah, we
You had
played
the
on the
little tracker,
PS4,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, but what Ark does completely different.
Yeah,
And it's not just about killing dinosaurs too.
Yeah.
Like you can have an army of dinos.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
insane.
That's one thing I didn't like. I don't
What?
like how long it takes to tame certain things.
Well, you haven't gotten into normal taming though. We're just taming the first starter dinosaurs. Like once we start making kibble and actually have dinosaurs that can produce eggs and stuff like that, we can tame them in 10 minutes.
oh
I
wow.
we haven't gotten the resources to be able to tame them faster.
Okay.
Yeah. Like using the raw meat like we've been using to tame takes about an hour for the level of dinosaurs we're doing.
Yeah,
You can tame like level 150 stuff in like 10 to 30 minutes.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of levels of different things for taming. Like there's different types of kibble. There's passive taming, which you don't have to knock the dinosaur out.
Yeah.
We haven't even got into this yet.
Huh.
There are these certain little dinos that you can just give them a couple berries and they're instantly tamed.
Huh.
And I started single player, and Dillos, those ones that spit the stuff at you that blind you.
Yeah.
I had a little army of those things in like
Really?
a couple minutes. Yeah.
Huh.
I just knocked him out with the slingshot, and the slingshot is surprisingly good.
Huh.
I don't know why we haven't used it much.
I have one, but I never really used it.
Yeah, like if we all work together to tame dinos we can easily have an army of them.
Yeah.
We just need to build our defenses because I'm kind of worried.
Oh yeah, the garage you're trying to build. It was ridiculously annoying trying to get
that was annoying. I think it was because of the ground that we were doing it on was uneven.
It wasn't level, so
yeah.
I wonder if we should have made foundations.
They could have gotten under it easily though.
If you upgrade the foundations, they can't get under them.
With the stone. Okay.
Yeah. Even
I
the
don't
wood,
know.
they can't get under them.
Maybe.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we can always like. That's just one. That just holds one. I mean, eventually we'll probably have different, different fenced out areas for each type of dinosaur or whatever.
You remember Poopy too?
Yeah, Poopy the dodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Poopy was the first one.
Yeah, Poopy was the first one, and then
And then he got killed by something.
Yeah, but it was like out of nowhere. Like I was helping one of you guys tame something, and then all of a sudden we see at the top of the screen, Poopy 2 has been killed by...
No, Poopy 1.
Or Poopy has been killed by a velociraptor or something stupid like that.
Yeah, that was...
And it was like screaming. It was so angry.
Yeah. But it's cool how you can just have little dinosaurs to run around with you too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like when I was playing single player just for a couple minutes, my little army of Dillos, I could take out bigger dinosaurs with them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can send them after a target. Like whatever target you want. And then, I don't even think you saw this yet, but if you hold T, it brings up the command wheel of all the things. So like when your Pteranodon is flying around, you do the land flyers one. They'd all just go to the ground.
Yeah.
And so like your Pteranodon flew away.
So
you were freaking out.
So annoying.
You were getting so mad that night.
I don't know why. It seemed like everything was happening to me that night. So I was just so annoyed.
Yeah, and then you accused us of killing your Pteranodon.
Because it was gone. It was gone out of the garage when I went there. Like, I left like 15 minutes before.
It's like...
Got back in, went there. It was gone. It was like scary.
Like we killed your Pteranodon that took you however long to tame. But I don't know. I think it's cool. I mean, they could have just... if you think about it, they could have just made it like Rust, just PvP, and then added dinosaurs for extra element or whatever. Things to hunt you down.
Yeah.
But you can tame them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
So cool.
I mean, we haven't done any improvements to our base in like 3 days, and it's still there.
Rust, we'd be gone.
Yeah. You're gone in 12 hours if you don't get on. It's ridiculous.
You're gone when you go to sleep.
Yeah, well, what would happen was, like, a couple of us would go to bed, and then one person would still be on, like, getting the last-minute resources.
Yeah.
Get raided. It'd be like, everyone get on Rust now. We're getting raided.
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah, and everyone just gets out of bed in, like, zombie state and hops on Rust.
Rust is a full-time job.
It is.
It's kind of stressful sometimes, but it's fun.
Yeah, you definitely need to set aside a lot of time for it.
Yeah, and I do want to get into Rust again when we have a bunch of free time, like a lot of
people.
Either that or join a server that doesn't have any upkeep.
Yeah,
once they added that, it was kind of
the upkeep kind of killed it for me.
Same,
because then you had to grind for 4 hours when you have a massive base.
Yeah,
like you had to get on every few hours and put new resources in there.
I don't understand why they did that. It's so I don't know. It's annoying.
No, they did it because they wanted the bases to disintegrate when people weren't playing.
Oh,
but they did though. They did before. There was always decay. They just added the stupid timer upkeep.
Decay?
Huh.
There was decay?
There was, yeah. Basically, if you didn't open the door of your base for like a couple days, your whole base would start to decay. But it was different. You didn't have to throw resources in there first.
That's so much better. Why did they add that?
I don't know.
Well, they did add that. Oh, wait, you said why didn't they add?
No, why did they add where you had to upkeep it with resources?
I don't know. But I'm so happy Ark doesn't have that.
Yeah, I know. That's like
when we don't have a chance to play, we don't have to get on.
Yeah.
And most likely your base is still going to be there unless you're raided.
Yeah.
Which most of the time people really don't.
I mean, at least in we're only speaking from the server that we're in.
Yeah. It is an official server though, which I've heard are some of the worst servers to play on.
Right. Well, actually, that was one of the issues that we were talking about the other day, right?
What's that? The clans dominating the server?
Yeah. I mean, there is a clan that's dominating our server, but it's not, we found a place to settle down.
Yeah, kind of far away from them.
Yeah.
They have no reason to go over there.
They usually settle in the middle of the map and then like go on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's most of the time what those tribes do.
I mean, that guy we met on the beach warned us about the clan.
Did he say they were...
He said, yeah, if these guys see your fire at night, they're going to come kill you.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But we were closer to the spawn, which they probably would fly around there more and try to kill off the newbies.
Yeah.
The only person we've seen was the dude with the T-Rex and the dragons.
What? That one guy that flew to our house.
I never even saw
Brian
him.
talked to him. I don't know what tribe he was in. And then the guy with the T-Rex, I wasn't able to. I didn't get close enough to see what tribe he was in.
Yeah, Gucci Gang probably would have killed us.
He got pretty close to our house though, like
Yeah,
at the bottom of the hill.
He had to have seen us.
Yeah.
It was nighttime, but he probably had the.
Although
game
when I was
Yeah.
at our base, even at the dino enclosure, I couldn't see the dinosaur.
Huh.
Like I couldn't see him, so I had to go like halfway to where he was for him to spawn.
Maybe
in.
he did see us. I mean, maybe he didn't. You know.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing by the water over there, just chilling.
Yeah.
Maybe he was checking out all those little like boxes that steal all the supply drops.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe.
that was really close to where he was.
Yeah. Yeah. He might have been.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing, though. Those are cool. Those
Yeah.
supply drops. Although we haven't really found anything good in them,
Yeah.
it's just a cool addition to the game.
Yeah. I think actually there's I don't know the whole game has this underlying story to it.
Yeah, something about clones.
Yeah, I mean I haven't really gotten into it, but it's different. I mean it has a lot of world building. Like in the last podcast we were talking about PUBG and how there's not really like a story or anything, no lore to it that kind of keeps you interested. But this game has a ton.
Well, there's the Explorer notes you could find everywhere.
Yeah,
Those have all the history and all the different things in them.
oh yeah, and there's ruins too
Yeah.
that have like story, all kinds of story stuff in them. And each map, I was watching videos on each map has like its own element of story to it. I know the new Genesis one is gonna have a lot of story.
Oh, it's gonna be massive.
Yeah, that one looks. I don't know how they're gonna do that one. It looks crazy.
So the maps, there's a lot involved with them.
Yeah.
Like besides the underwater caves and all that, there are bosses in each map.
Mm-hmm.
Like apparently the volcano, you can go in there and once you complete the volcano, you get teleported to a new area where you fight a boss. I think it's a dragon boss.
No, I think that's. I don't know which boss it is, but
I'm pretty sure it's a dragon boss.
the volcano one.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Huh.
You don't fight it in the volcano. You get teleported.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But there's what, a spider boss or something?
There's a spider boss. There's a Yeti boss. There's
All in the island, or is this
on the
other
island.
maps?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Pretty sure. You looked and made sure it was the island?
Mm-hmm. There's the achievements that you can do. It has like 4 or 5 different bosses. It's all for the island map.
What do the other free ones have? Do those have bosses?
They do, but it just don't have achievements for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, each map has its own bosses, different dinosaurs, and they're all developed too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's so cool. Like, I don't know why we didn't get into this sooner.
I don't know either. Well, it was probably I don't know. I think we always like once the bat or all the kind of the news came out that the game was horribly optimized. It kind of turned at least me or maybe a lot of the gamers off for maybe completely because I even thought when I got the game now. I even thought that I'd had to turn this thing way down and it would still be really glitchy and laggy, but it's been running fine.
Yeah. I mean, there are still glitches, especially the online glitches. Like, why do the large dinosaurs, why do their legs glitch and like curl up? Have you seen that? There's one I saw. All 4 of his legs were curled up and he was hovering along the ground.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, I mean, for what they're trying to accomplish, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
When Chug and I first started playing, there used to be, was it the megalodons that would go into the shallow rivers?
No, it wasn't megalodons. They were just giant fish.
Yeah, some giant fish go into the shallow rivers and get stuck in it, and we just run over and kill them. So we were able to get raw prime fish meat, which lets you tame dinosaurs.
And
faster.
it wasn't just like 20. It was like 4 or 5 stacks of meat. It was ridiculous.
It was a lot.
Yeah, well, we even saw sharks. Sharks do that now, where they're near the shore and their head is in the sand and their fin is like sticking up out of the water and they're just hovering or something.
Super weird.
So there are still a little bit of that glitchy. There's still a glitchiness in it.
I wonder where those giant fish spawn though, because I want to go where they
A
are.
megalodon.
Ooh, those things are scary.
I want to explore the ocean. There's so much I want to do. That's the thing with this game. It's like there's so much to do.
I think you and I tamed megalodons, Chug.
We did.
Did you?
It was so fun.
Did.
We would swim around the island.
Wow.
It was awesome.
No, when JJ and I played, we did a lot. We have like 40-something hours in the game before we started playing. So we literally had
You were able to
Carnotaurs,
Did you guys
tamed.
play in a?
We didn't play online servers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did it on the locals. But we had Spinosaurus. We had...
Was it easier then than it is now, or
Easier? What do you mean?
like easier to tame? More? I don't know.
Well, we increased the tame speed.
Oh, okay.
Not by a lot, but just enough that it was manageable because we didn't want to spend 4 hours taming a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But single player is definitely easier because you don't have to worry about people. Plus, you get less server lag.
Yeah.
So you don't have server bugs either.
I don't know.
But-
I kind of like the PvP element.
Yeah. I mean, we have yet to kill any players
Yeah.
because,
We've met nice people.
Maybe except
yeah, we're,
like,
we're nice this time.
Maybe except some naked that's like sleeping on the beach or something.
Oh, well, yeah, we've killed them.
Yeah.
They'd do the same to us if they saw us there, though.
Yeah. Oh, how about wait? How about the characters?
I
Oh.
love the characters.
There's something in the story. I was watching a video. There's something in the story about you mentioned cloning or something, and it was like the perfect humans. And some guy in the comments was like, "Yeah, perfect humans until you see the monstrosities that these people create. Their avatars are."
Chug, did you see my first character?
Which one?
My biceps were huge.
I did.
My forearms were super short and scrawny, and my waist was like an inch wide. It was amazing.
Oh my.
Yeah, my guy's like a hobbit.
Now I got these thick, chunky thighs.
Yeah, your thighs are massive, and you have T-Rex arms.
Yeah, I love it.
And you get
It's
poo-poo
amazing.
stains in your pants all the time. It's so gross.
Yeah, Caleb, you got like huge feet and tiny legs.
Yes.
I mean, it's no wonder he has poop stains on his pants, considering he poops through his clothes.
I love how you
true.
poop randomly.
You have defecated.
I love that mechanic. And then if you put it in your inventory, you can throw it at
Yeah.
people, and it still makes the farting sound.
When you pick up the giant, massive dinosaur poop and you just chuck it at your friends.
Yeah, Brian did that to me. I was like, wait, how'd you even do that? Did you just defecate across the room?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes a game for me.
Hmm. And just when we first joined in on the island map, all four of us met up and we're just messing around on the beach. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it was just fun.
It was fun, and it's still fun.
Yeah,
but
It
it's
is.
different because we're starting to build, and we're starting to get, an army of dinosaurs or whatever.
yeah. I know. I'm looking forward to seeing what else the game has to offer too.
I know. Oh, I want to play tonight. I want to play now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to play.
I'm gonna get on my laptop and play right now. Chug, sorry you can't play.
Oh!
Oh, I have Ark on my iPad right here.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Is it free?
Yeah,
It is free on your
it
phone.
is. It's not bad. I mean, the graphics are what you'd expect from a mobile game. Surprisingly, it doesn't run like a slideshow.
Can you do everything that you slide?
Yeah,
Can you do everything on the app as you can on?
pretty sure.
Wow.
They only have the island map, though. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's
Still,
only
the
the
island map
first
is
map.
massive.
It is.
We haven't even explored the whole thing.
We haven't.
We barely
Ugh.
explored any of it.
There's
You haven't even
so-
been to that mountain that has the metal on
you
it.
gotta get a parasaur.
I have a pair. Oh wait. Oh yeah. You're right. No, I thought you meant. I have a.
Pteranodon.
Yeah. I can fly up there.
Yeah, later on we need to do another metal run.
No,
Yeah, but-
I was trying to get a parasaur. It was a tech one.
Tech
Level
Raptor.
Yeah.
Tech Raptor.
Well, no. I was getting a tech parasaur, level
Yeah.
36, and it was like 80% tamed, and then this tech raptor killed it. I got so mad.
That stupid raptor. We couldn't kill that thing.
Yeah.
Did
It
we
was
finally
like-
kill it?
No, it was like level 150,
Oof.
and it's just roaming around our base still.
Well-
Unless someone killed it.
I don't think he's dead, but he kind of moved left. He moved down the shore.
What about the tickle monsters?
I want
That's
to tame
gone.
that one.
That's-
What? Those are like Theranosaurs or something.
those
Is there a
things are
tech version?
terrifying.
Is there a tech version of those?
I don't know.
I don't-
That'd be scary.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. Those things are scary though.
I know.
They
and
murder like so fast.
they're vegetarians too. I don't know why they just kill you on sight.
That is weird.
I hate those things.
Yeah. I want
But-
to tame one though.
I
Yeah.
think we were able to tame Carnotauruses, but we couldn't tame one of those things. They're more difficult to tame than others.
Yeah.
But I bet if we all got a bunch of bolas and just like captured him and then just repeatedly bonked him on the head or shot him with slingshots, we
Yeah.
could knock him out easily.
Yeah, but then you got to get all the narcotics and stuff to be able to.
Well, you'd
Yeah,
have that
asleep.
beforehand, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I need to get a parasaur. Probably do that tonight. I
If
can
you
find
have a carnivorous dinosaur, if you send him to kill any creature, number one, you don't reduce any of your tool durability.
Mhm.
So he'll kill that for you. Number 2, he eats the meat and puts it in his inventory.
Huh.
And then on any dinosaur, the spoil time is doubled.
So it stays stays good longer?
Yeah. So if you have berries that you don't want to spoil, just throw it on a dinosaur or something. But you just send your dino to kill everything on the beach. You can just sit on the top of a cliff and have your dino go down there and kill things for you.
That's awesome.
And then you have it run back and you have 200 meat in its inventory.
Wow.
That's so cool.
But we can easily get narcotics doing that.
Yeah.
Plus, you use like a dinosaur to gather berries. I had 400 narcotics in like 5 minutes.
We really need to start utilizing our dinosaurs better.
Yeah. And so anyone that has the argument that it takes forever to get materials, in some ways it kind of does, but that's just because you have to play longer to upgrade
Yeah.
and get the higher level stuff. But then again, once you have dinos, everything becomes more efficient.
Yeah. And think about all the things that you can unlock
Yeah.
and use. I mean, you can make. I think there's RPGs, right?
Yeah, Caleb, he joined a creative server or creative single player thing.
Yeah.
He was running around with tech armor in an RPG. He shot a dino with it and went flying across the map. It was awesome. But
It's just so cool.
imagine having those in game.
I know, that'd be insane.
You need to pass level 100 to get those, though. The tech stuff.
That's crazy.
The tech stuff you get. You know how the thatch stuff is literally 10 defense each?
Yeah.
Each piece for this tech armor is 150 defense.
Wow.
Man.
It's like insane. And the chitin armor that I got the other day, there's only 50 each piece for the chitin armor.
It's actually
Which-
not that much of a difference if you think about it, though.
It's not hard to make, though. That's the thing.
Is it
The
just a
only-
bunch
The
of
tech armor?
No, the
chitin.
chitin.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, 100 armor increase isn't that much of a difference considering the amount of time it takes to get there.
True.
Like, we're only probably like 10 hours in, and you could make the chitin armor even sooner than 10 hours in.
Yeah.
A couple hours in.
Well, I mean, you need to get at least level 38, I think. I think 38's the level
That's
for
easy with the
chitin armor.
explorer chest, though.
Exactly.
Like, we should honestly just like teleport around, get all the explorer chests we can.
That's
Be
what I
like-
was doing at first.
You can get up to level 70 getting a bunch of those.
Yeah.
So if we do that, we'll have pretty much everything unlocked that we need right now. And then we'll have all the saddles for the dinos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain dinosaurs can break stones, and then when you break it, it goes into their inventory. Wait, when was Ark actually released, though? I know it came out in early access in 2016, but when did it fully come out?
I think they were.
Oh.
Well, they wanted to release it, I think, that year, 2016, later on.
Well, I have a bunch of our show notes here. First paid DLC was released on
Yeah, they
September
rele-
1st, 2016.
They released.
Okay.
No, they were intending to release the game around that time, the same time that the first DLC came out.
Yeah,
Huh.
but a couple months later, they released the first DLC, and people are like, why didn't you just release the game before launching paid DLC?
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
lot of
that-
controversy over that DLC, though.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't much in the Scorched Earth DLC. It was mostly just desert.
Yeah.
So it was... People didn't really like it as much.
It is a little weird. I mean, if the game's in early access and people are expecting it to be released, you release a paid DLC first.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird move.
Did they increase the price when it fully came out?
For what? The game?
Ark, yeah.
Yes, they did.
It was like $20 or something?
It was 40.
No, when it early access.
Oh, early access, yeah, it was like 20.
Yeah, and then they doubled the price.
Well, when we got it, it was in early access, and we got it for like $8.
We got it on sale in early access.
We got it for $8.
Yeah.
But it was actually, it was released in 2017, but that's when you guys were playing it, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying that it wasn't optimized,
No, it was terrible back then.
and it was released.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had a pretty
Yeah.
decent computer for the time, and it still ran like garbage. I would turn most of my settings down, and then the memory leak would cause me to be getting like 20 frames after a while.
Because it surprises me that, I mean, the community is really big. It's huge. It's still huge.
Steam charts, I looked at it a few minutes ago. There's about 50,000 people playing right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I actually read that it was when it was in early access, it was, I think, the most played early access game up until that point.
Besides Pub?
I think
PUBG came out way later than that.
it came out later. I think PUBG surpassed that.
Okay.
But when Ark was out, it was the most played early access game. But I think what really kind of turned a lot of gamers off of it was because it was the game that it just wasn't optimized. And then when it came out, it still wasn't optimized.
Yeah.
But yet they had paid DLC.
I was reading that, I don't know if this still happens, but at the beginning, some clans would block in the spawns completely.
Wow.
So you'd spawn in, and then either you'd become the clan's slave, or they wouldn't let you play the game.
Yeah.
What?
And they would literally rule the server.
Yeah. Wow. We don't have that issue in our server, but wait, is that still happening?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it in a server.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly in the highest population servers, but the server we're in seems pretty good.
Yeah.
How do you even get into those clans?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe-
You probably find their Discord or something. Find one of their recruiters
Or you start
online.
out as a slave.
Yeah,
and then
maybe.
Slowly.
That reminds me. When I first started playing Rust, I think I got it before everyone else did. So I was playing by myself, and this guy captured me and forced me into this building. And he's like, "All right, you got to work for me, or else I'll kill you or something." So he gave me some tools, and he was watching over me with a gun as I just like chipped wood and stuff. And then when I was done for the night, he'd bring me back to the house and lock me in with a bunch of other slaves. And there's like 4 or 5 little kids that were screaming in this cage.
What? Did you guys rise up and kill him or something?
Yeah, actually, we killed the one guy and just ran off into the woods.
Nice.
One of the guys took the guns, and I think he ran back into the camp and got slaughtered.
Oh, man.
That was awesome. But Ark has a battle royale, or they did.
They do.
They
It's
do?
still there.
How do you access that?
It's another whole game, basically.
Inside?
No.
the main?
It's another whole game you have to download.
It's Survival of the Fittest. We got it for free since we own the base game, but it's
Yeah.
always free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
I think they might have charged for it before.
maybe. I don't know.
I think it was originally a separate game, and I think they charged for it, and then people got mad, and then they made it. They can buy it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
I
Well, I
remember-
think you can only get it if you own the game, right?
Yeah. Well, they actually that mode or game or whatever they wanted it. They actually wanted it to be like an esport.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of pushing for that.
I remember you, Chug, you joined it, and you said the music was super weird.
It was.
It wasn't the normal Ark music.
The music was weird. It was like, it was just a weird game in general. Like you basically just start out with nothing, and then you tame dinos, and you basically the taming was a lot faster.
Yeah.
I was reading that in the Battle Royale, you can tame the boss dragon from the main Ark game.
Yeah, but you
Really?
only get it for 20 to 40 minutes.
And then it turns on its owner and tries to kill you.
Oh my.
But you can use him for a little while to survive and kill other players.
I mean, it sounds really like an interesting concept.
I'm done with Battle Royales, though.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, kind of. I mean, the only one I might play is the Modern Warfare one.
yeah.
That
I'll
one
give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll look into that one because I mean,
Well, we get it for free with the game. We already own it, so I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
but they've already done it. They've done a really good job at the game already.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but we'll see.
Mhm.
I probably won't play it much. to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. I think Ark had hands in too many different places.
Yeah.
They're doing a Battle Royale, making new maps, and just doing all this other stuff while they're not optimizing their main game.
I mean, think about it. They're developing and modeling these maps, and the maps are massive, plus new creatures.
Yeah.
While the game is, I mean, it's okay now, but while the game was clearly horribly optimized,
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. Yeah, that's not a good way to.
Well, when you mentioned something about they're making Arc 2, right? You said something
Yeah,
about that the other
yeah,
day. The main part about that is I don't think they're going to optimize this one at all. I think they're just going to release Genesis and then just stop with it.
Yeah,
I mean, if Arc 2 is good enough, though, that it does everything the first Arc does and more, why not just move to that one?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
well, then they might just kind of like leave this one behind. Although this one isn't that. I mean, it's not as good as other games. It's not as optimized as other games, but it's playable
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or do you know when Arc 2 is supposed to be released?
No.
It's not I don't know. I don't think it's like 100% officially confirmed, but I think one of the top developers was saying that they're basically working on it, kind of.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm hoping for this next one with this Arc game. I've heard the menu system they got for this one was something that they came up with really fast.
Yeah.
So the menu system wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
And also like the crosshair system and different things like that. That was stuff that was free that they used. They got from online. So I'm hoping for this next one that they make their own.
Yeah.
And it's like it's more optimized and it's better looking. Different things like that. It'd be sick.
I don't know. They've done so much and the game does so much. I don't know how. I don't know what they can add to a second game other than make it, I don't know, look better, more optimized. Because
I mean, if they rebuild it from the ground up, which I doubt that's going to happen, but if they start at a point where they can optimize it as they go, if they had the same dinosaurs plus more, and then even more content,
bigger maps.
But there's so much. How much more can they add? I don't know.
It's true. I honestly don't know what it's missing.
I don't know either. It's there's so much to do. I don't know. Yeah, there's really nothing missing from it. All right, so then that brings us to our final thoughts. Do you guys think it's worth revisiting?
I definitely do, yes.
Yes.
When we first started playing, it was fun, but I wouldn't have said that then because we played it for a little bit and it just got so annoyingly difficult to run that it almost wasn't worth the effort to try to get it to run, and then the crashes and all that. But now I think it's to the point where you can actually have an enjoyable time playing it.
Yeah.
For a new player, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's worth revisiting. I mean, I never really played it when it first came out. Actually, I didn't play it at all when it first came out, or even in early access. But jumping into it now, it runs how I'd want it to run, basically. Mm-hmm. And the concept of the game is amazing, and I think they execute it really well.
Yeah.
It just seems like there's so much more to do, and you kind of don't know where to start, but it's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So how about you, Chug? Any thoughts?
I definitely think it is worth revisiting. I mean, you guys both summed up perfectly about everything about it. So, but yeah, I started to play it years ago. It wasn't good then, but now it is. Yeah. So why not just give it a shot?
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for today. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.